95th birthday is watching with us. Happy
birthday!
Happy birthday.
Wow, that's amazing. Yes, happy birthday.
That's amazing. All right, I think we are going to get started. So if anybody didn't hear me yet and you want to turn on your camera, that's bottom left. Get a technical thing out of the way, which is if for any reason we get shut down by Zoom, you will find a link to rejoin us at artpartycentral.org right away. It should be seamless. Go right there. Please come back and join us if for any reason we shut down. And now that that's out of the way, my favorite part, let's start our evening with the toast. And we're going to cheers to the wonderful artisans that are going to present with us today at Art Party Central. And cheers. Thanks to being here with us.
Cheers, everybody.
So we're going to mute everyone now. It's just Zoom protocol. Please don't be insulted. And here I am again. So I am so excited to be your host today. I'm Karla of Karla Gudeon Art and Design, proud to be a founding member of Art Party Central. And I make original art with watercolors and engravings framed for the home, as well as goods and gifts that I've designed as well. And I am joined today by another Art Party Central co-founder, Nora Swan from Swan and Stone Millinery. So happy to have her here. She's an amazing co-host, and she's going to be monitoring any questions you put in the chat, as well as putting links to the art, what the artists are talking about. So feel free, if you have any issues, to message in the chat to our admin, Nora Swan. And we have 7 talented artists with us today. Yep, not 6, we got 7. And we have Kathleen Tesnakis from Ekologic, also an Art Party Central co-founder. Ellen Cohen from Ellen Cohen Design. Laura Jaklitsch from Laura Jaklitsch Jewelry. Sue Shannon from Chi Pottery. We have Kathleen Lamberti from Lamberti Designs. Amy Kanarek from Amy Kanarek Designs. And Takara Beathea-Gudell from Takara Designs. And let me tell you how the party is going to shake out. We are going to, each artist is going to give you a presentation, about 8 minutes or so. And if there's time, I'm going to pose questions that came up in the chat and that were previously submitted. Once the artists are done with their presentations, we move into the raffle portion of our party. 50 chances to win just for hanging out with us today, but you do have to be present, so stick to the end of the party. We're also going to be giving you a coupon code, which will be good for all 7 of the artists' websites, as well as Swan and Stone Millinery for those amazing hats, and my website, karlagudeon.com as well. And at the end of the party, there is an after party if you choose to stick around to ask questions and join us for that. But let's get to the party right this minute. And our first presentation today is going to be from Kathleen. Kathleen, take it away.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ekologic Studio. For those that don't know me, I am a sustainable designer, and I specialize in recycling cashmere sweaters. I thought it would be really fun today to show you a little bit of the process. Because I'm recycling, I don't have a lot of material. Our material is really precious because trying to, the sweaters come in so many different hues, and it's my job to sort of collage and conceptualize what's going on. This piece is actually a custom request for a customer, and I am like waiting for enough of this type of fabric to come through the waste stream so I can complete it. I actually just went and harvested some old sweaters that I'm going to transform, and I'm waiting for them to be washed and sorted so I can see if any of the new colors that have come in are going to help me complete this piece. Sometimes recycling is just really an incredible leap of faith and a lot of waiting and patience to make something come alive. I really wanted to show you how I conceptualize the work, and it's really fun to see like how I'm choosing the colors. I have a stack here that I'm sort of looking at for this piece when I find its final elements, but I wanted to show you just how those different decisions, affect the entire composition. And there are so many right answers that's part of the fun of the work that I do is finding the best right answer. Maybe, I don't know, but it's really fun and super creative. You can see I have a little area of the shelf here. You can see I have a lot of purples, but none of the values that I was looking for. So this will wait till my next batch and I will try again. But that, I hope, helps you really get an idea of how each of these pieces are conceived of and constructed. This is one of my favorite sweaters for this time of year. It's the pepper sweater. I actually have one right here so I can try on for you. And then another sweater that I would like to show you is the butterfly. And I'll just throw this pepper sweater on. It's nice over a dress. The other piece I wanted to show you, and I was wearing it earlier, is the butterfly design, which is just, again, so nice to have in your bag for over the dress, over your shorts. It's so comfortable. You can actually wear it. Not today, obviously, and certainly not in LA at 105, but anything 75 and below is a perfect day for wearing cashmere. I did bring a really fun skirt set. I kind of wanted to show you some neutrals that I do and how to match the pieces together. It's really fun when you just sort of put things together and you wouldn't necessarily think that this was a perfect match, but it is really, really dynamic. So I encourage everyone to just sort of stretch and find those incredible things together. So here's the butterfly. That is my personal piece that I love for over my summer dresses, because in my studio, 1 minute I will be hot and the next minute I will be freezing. So I'm always thankful to have one of these to grab. Do you have any questions for me, Karla?
Oh, hell yes. How do you store your cashmere for the summer if you're putting it away? Because I have that beautiful banded skirt. I'm not ready to put it away yet. I'm still going to get a couple more uses out of it, I'm sure.
Okay. Yes. I did want to talk about cleaning and storage today. If you ever have questions of cleaning and storage, please go to my website. There is a section on care and restoration and all kinds of questions. So go there, hang out, and learn so many things. But for a quick tip tonight, you want to freeze your woolens for about 5 to 7 days before you store it for the summer. So I would advise washing it first, drying it out, air dry it, and then pop it in a Ziploc bag, pop that Ziploc in the freezer, let it sit for 5 to 7 days, and then put it in the closet for storage for the summer.
That is, I never would have known about the freezing in a million years. And that is so helpful to know. But I mean, I don't know that I won't wear your cashmere all summer long. Do you sew cashmere all summer?
I sew cashmere all summer. In fact, I have favorite pieces like the one I'm wearing that I will keep out all year. And the most important thing is to keep your cashmere clean. If you keep your cashmere clean and out in the open, you don't want to shove it in a dark corner because that's where moths like to go, then you can keep it all year round. In certain regions, I'm going to say that. There are some regions you're just going to have to store it because there's going to be no reason. But another thing to know is that cashmere is really easy to clean. Like I have these wonderful brushes that I use in the studio, and there's information about that on my website, but never be afraid of cashmere. It's such phenomenal fabric. I wear this all the time. So the undersides of your arms are where you're going to get little pills. It's not damaged. It just brushes away.
Well, that's fantastic. I didn't know that. And will those brushes work on pilling any sweater of yours?
On my work specifically,
yeah, that's what I meant.
In woolens, yes. You don't want to use the brush on the skirts. The skirts do not pill because of the rib fabric. So I wouldn't use them on the skirts, but absolutely everything else, yes.
Look at her warning me about not doing that on my, because she knows. There's a question. There's in the chat about this freezing process, which people are fascinated by. You
Yes.
store it. Do you store it in the Ziploc bag after it's been frozen? And what
Yes.
does the freezing do? I believe the answer's in there from Nora about killing the moths in case they got
Exactly. That's what it does. The thing with moths is, one, the creature itself is very tiny. And the second thing is its eggs are infinitesimal. You cannot see them. You don't even know that they're there. So freezing them eradicates that. If you ever go to Antarctica, they're going to ask you to freeze all their items because they don't want anything to come to that area. So it's a really good way of not bringing organisms with you. So.
Have you been to Antarctica?
No, but I have friends. In fact, there's a great ecologic story. My hats are worn in very cold places, and somebody was signing the new people in Antarctica in an ecologic hat, and the person who was coming for their work stint, they became fast friends, and they each had an ecologic. So.
You to have that a picture on your website. You need the Antarctic Science Center with Ecologic there, and Ecologic is such a perfect name for that whole scenario.
Isn't that funny?
My goodness. Kathleen, thank you. I love when you present, and I love you. And let's move on to Ellen.
Thanks.
Thanks for having me back. I'm excited to be here. So, oops, sorry, that's my dad calling, everyone.
Hi, Dad.
I declined him. 91, so God bless. So yeah, so we're gonna finally get to see him. So it's been over a year. So I make sculptural art jewelry using mostly sterling silver. That's all recycled, reclaimed, refined. And I tried to use all ethically sourced stones. So I thought I'd talk to you a little bit today about my inspiration and my work, which really boils down. This line of work that I have with me today is what I call my earthscapes, and it's very textural, and it's mostly fused. I'll either fuse wire or I'll texture silver and then fuse it on another sheet of silver. And I tend to take big things and make them small, or small things and make them big. And I thought I'd bring, these were in the New York Times a few years ago when Scott Kelly went up to NASA, went up to the moon and took pictures of the Earth. And I feel like you could see the Earth in my pieces. So yeah, it's pretty amazing to me. So when I walk the dog, I think as artists, we're all observers, but I'm always observing the patterns of the leaves falling, or, the petals, or the textures of the trees. And this also shows you, here we go. Okay, so this also shows you where I draw some of my inspiration. So we go to Maine, and I spend a lot of time in Maine, and I feel like I fuel my soul there. And this image here is a split in a dead tree. And this is just copper that I have formed to mimic that split. And and this is the texture of the bark of a tree. And this is stone with lichen and moss on it. So it's pretty fun. This is the piece that's in that photo sold, but this is another piece that I did where I love copper. I love how it patinas with time. So this is copper, and that's a lapis stone, and this is on a neck wire, but it could go on a cable too. So it's really easy to wear. Not looking so great sporting it with my other necklace, but and then these are some pieces that I've kind of played with to work. That's all tape, so excuse the artist tape on there. So this is copper, and basically I've run the copper through my rolling mill with textures, and then I hammer it to form it. I hammer the edges before I form it, and which I think you can really see kind of nicely here. And then I go in and I form it, and I play with the angle here, kind of twisting it, or or doing it really tight. And so this is not jewelry yet. It's just kind of me playing before it becomes jewelry. That gives you a little bit of a sense. These are some bangles, and I have two different textures. This is my geological. It's kind of how I imagine the earth, the layers of the earth would be if it was dug up from 1,000,000 years ago. And these I call my pine bark bangles. I think the dots, if you look at it this way, kind of is very reminiscent of pine bark. And I love my power cuffs, but I'm a bangle girl, and I kind of feel like I wear enough of them. They're powerful. I also love that you could start with one or two and then just keep adding to them. And I try to come out with a new texture every year. So those are my power cuffs, my bangles. These are a couple of my favorite power cuffs. So this I call my seagrass cuff. And I have that wire milled, and these are fused. I just use a huge amount of heat to actually fuse the layers without solder to one another. And there's a bit.
I'm going to interrupt and ask a similar question to Kathleen. Do you need to clean your jewelry? And if so, how would you do that?
So, you can use cleaning cloths, but two of my favorite ways to clean my jewelry is either super fine steel wool from the hardware store, 40000. Comes in a pack like this for like $4. Cheap, easy, a little messy. I do it over paper towel at the kitchen sink, but it'll take down the silver. When it hits the air, will get black. So it'll take that down, bring it back to life, and bring back this nice shine on the highlights, but still keep the nice patina in the background. So that's one way I like to go, because all my tools and everything, all my polishing stuff's in the basement, and I'm always getting ready at the last minute. And this is my other secret remedy, and that's toothpaste. And warm water. So my jewelry is always, where I'm getting ready, the bathroom's there. So could use a Q-tip or just my finger. So if there are no stones, that's really easy. Just, rub it on and rub it on the high spots. And the more you rub it, the more it'll come off with paper towel. If there's stones, I tend to, so these earrings, I wear them all the time. These are my favorite earrings. I'll just put my finger over the pearl and then use the toothpaste on the edge to bring out the hammer. So I don't know if you could see that on here, but the edge is hammered. So, so I'll just use my fingers. I'm kind of a low maintenance girl. So I think part of the beauty of a lot of what I do is that you don't have to worry about it. You just wear it and enjoy it. So
and enjoy it. Who wouldn't? I mean, it's really spectacular, and the love and care and inspiration you put into every piece. How do you work with somebody if somebody wants something commissioned?
If somebody wants to commission something, it's really a conversation, and me finding out what they're looking for, what their likes are, if they want stones. I have a huge collection. Sometimes people have stones they want me to use, and I could work with them on that. So it's basically an exploration. So somebody, that's Dad, he's persistent. So sorry about that.
Well, you have 10 seconds, so I'm going to let you go to your dad, and we'll touch you with just the 10 seconds. And that's adorable. That's why I love Art Party. It's my favorite thing is when we have crazy little interruptions, especially from 90-year-old adorable dads. We're going to take it on to, let me make sure I get this straight now, because I got a little famished from that. Laura, take it away.
Hi, I'm Laura from Laura Jack's Jewelry, and I'm here in my studio in Somerville, Massachusetts. And I make jewelry out of wood that's inlaid with polyurethane resin. So you can see here these bright colorful lines are the inlaid polyurethane. And this necklace has cork cord and a really beautiful handmade clasp. And then it actually is double-sided, so there's a different design on the back side. And I start with pieces of wood, like this one, that I get from different designers who also work in wood. And they're all different exotic hardwoods. And then I will make a block like this. And you can see each of these lines is the dyed polyurethane that I pour in. And I do one color and one layer at a time. So it's kind of like a layered process. And I'm finding the compositions within the larger piece. So you can see on this one where I've already cut out some pieces that the resin goes all the way through the wood there. And then I can slice it and polish it up. And then I use a microcrystalline wax, and it gets a really beautiful sheen to it. And it's also, see the little, let me turn it a little bit. It's not harder to see on that piece, but has a really beautiful satin finish, and any water just beads up and you can wipe it right off. And I actually just uploaded last night a whole bunch of new earrings to my website. So I wanted to show you some of those this evening. So I made more of this style of fan earring that I'm really loving. And this wood is actually, it's called canary wood. And it's a little darker in here right now, but the beautiful thing about canary wood is that it actually catches the light. So it has a beautiful natural luster. And then earrings like these and these, the great thing is that they're really lightweight. So if you have sensitive ears, and you know, in the summer, I love to wear big earrings and it really doesn't feel like anything. These ones are the larger hoop size. They have a nice little mechanism here. All the findings I make out of sterling silver. And let me just show you how the fan earring looks. A lot of really great movement. And if you have darker hair, these are gonna really show up on you. I also have this style in this colorway. This is mahogany wood with lilac and kind of a celery green. And it goes actually really wonderful with this longer necklace here. This is an oxidized sterling silver chain. And I really love to mix and match metals and colors. So don't be afraid to mix, you know, light and dark, or pick out one color that you like blue, and kind of work with pieces that have that one element, even if they're not quite the same block. I also have these ones I wanted to show you, which are beautiful Kumaro wood. That's that orange wood at the bottom, and you can see that really unique figuring there. And I like to use that again as a design element and a jumping off point for my work. And then these ones are some more kind of summery pastel pieces with a lot of interesting exotic woods there. This style here is one of my most popular earring styles. So I'll show you quick how those look. Just really easy to wear, throw them on for like a little pop of color, because I like to wear black too. And just really fun, great movement, and super lightweight. I also have a smaller style. This one, which is a red oak. And you can go with a larger necklace, or I have smaller, more petite necklaces. These are really great for gifts, along with earrings like this, or any of the stud earrings. This is another new one. This is the crescent post earring. So they're really sweet earring that just frames the face, and I have them in a couple different colors, as well as the rounder shapes and different ovals. And I also have slightly longer necklaces, like this one here. You can again see the handmade veil there, and they all have this beautiful handmade clasp.
I would love to be in your head when you dream. You must dream in lines and shapes and really cool things and color. I just think it's fantastic. I love your sense of design and the way your work always feels both retro and modern to me at the same time. Do you do custom?
I absolutely do. So a lot of times people will come to me with a color palette that they have in mind, and I'll kind of do, make up a palette for them and see if the colors look good together, because, as was mentioned before, each new color you add can really change the overall composition of the piece. And then I'll get started on a block, much like this one. And then once you approve that, we can find little compositions there to design your piece. So it's really like a collaborative process, and I really like being able to.
This is just like an artist to artist kind of question that I can't resist asking.
Okay.
Your color palette from your drawing, is it really what you mix in your head and by error? If anybody that knows like Photoshop or hexes, or are they Pantone colors? Do you get the actual numbers and the colors? Are they nice?
I don't have the book handy, but I'll get it for the after party. It's actually a paint chip book that I got from a interior designer. So it's a whole bunch of, gradients of paints. And I cut those up into little pieces. I have like a bag here, and I just play with them a little bit because I love looking around at actually the interior design world as well for color inspiration, and images of landscape or memories of landscape. Yeah.
I feel so privileged that we got to see that little baggie. That baggie made me so happy. I can't even tell you. It's adorable. And tell us a little about where you get your woods from.
Yeah, so I work with different woodworkers. This piece in particular is from a wood turner. You can see he was practicing a stamp here, Phil Gatrell. He's in Brooklyn. And then I'm kind of same thing as with the colors. I'm putting together different shapes. These two are different cutoffs, and I could start to make a composition here. And so they're all really, I try to keep it really sustainable and use no new lumber. So it's all cutoffs from other woodworkers, or if I do purchase cutoffs, they're all, cutoffs and not just fresh pieces.
Laura, thank you so much. That was an amazing presentation. And we are going to see more of you at the after party and bring it on to Sue Shannon.
There we are. Hi, everybody. Welcome to my studio here in Pittsford, Vermont. I would like to share with you a little bit about what I have been doing over the last 33 years. In the last potters, boy, we're a slow training type of artist. I really have always been able to find my own connection with the clay that brings me into a very present moment that makes each piece that I repeat a fresh piece. And they're always a little bit different. I make dinnerware, I make kitchen and serving ware, some fun kitchen tools, things for entertaining and dining. So over the years, I started with my green color that, let's see, where do I have? I'll show you a berry bowl real quick. I started out, someone asked me to make something out of green. So I started with a green and found that everybody loved it. So that was great. And then this blue. The blue moved on to, well, gee, I wonder what other kind of colors I can make a clay slip and begin painting, because I'm one of those goofy people that I will go straight into something I am not very good at. Clay was different. I went headlong straight in as like hooked with your whole being as a passion. But then I started painting for some reason because I just felt it. I was so curious about it, and I was not very good at it. So obviously I've kind of gotten past that, and now I can do what I do really, really well. And I bring in a lot of that, this fluid, present mindedness into the spirals that I do and creating the black lines. And anyway, I'm a little tangential. So I began to go from the green to the blue, and then I was bringing in red and going through the colors of the rainbow. So I've got 10 different colors now, and it includes white, as you see here, and I have a red dot. And white, of course, can have any color dot right here, like the robin egg blue. So you see some of those lines and the spirals. Each one has a little, when I make a spiral, each time, in order, like I can't have a stray thought. And sometimes if I'm having trouble focusing my thoughts, I'll say, yes. And then I go the other way, yes, yes. Like, yes, I hope you come out, or yes. See how fluid some of them can be. And it just looks so soothing, but somehow lively. And the work has just been so much fun to do. So I've got the plates, I've got bowls. I'm gonna take these out. People who go for a living with a stack of bowls, this is how it goes in your kitchen. And it's really fun to just, be like, all right, I've got some green pea soup. I'm gonna grab that yellow bowl. You can do it naturally with a thought, without a thought. You're having some salad, you can go for the blue bowl. Some days you're having a red day. So all of these colors can be either it fits your decor or it fits your mood. And it can be a lot of fun. Rarely people get all one color if they move into sets. Usually people are decorating with the colors. But I want to show you two rare pieces that I have. I've got the white with the green dot on these large bowls. And then somebody asked if I do pink. Every once in a while, people ask if I do pink or purple. And I can occasionally make, literally blending the white slip with the red slip. And I have to do it just in the right amounts to get the rare spotted pink bowl. Isn't that fun? So there's one. If anybody'd like it, you just email me. There's one. I'd like to share with you now my tumbler, my two mugs. This is a hot weather cup. Miss LA artist, who we will hear from later, who's in the 105 degrees. And so these cups are great with the just topped to the brim with ice and a delicious cool drink. Everything that I make is dishwasher safe and microwave safe, so you can really use it, and you don't even really have to think about it. You don't have to be careful with it. Of course, you have to treat it with respect. So I have a large, let's see, this mug holds about, I forget, 12 to 14 ounces. And this cup is probably about 8 ounces. So this is a lightweight cup that, oh, I forgot to show you the spirals in all the bowls. But this is a nice lightweight cup with a thin handle. And this is a more, it's not a heavy cup, but it's a solid mug. And it's bigger, so it's a little bit heavier. So those are those different styles. I'm going to show you my pasta bowl too. This is a pasta bowl size. I chose, see, there's the spiral. I chose shapes over the last 10 years as I've been evolving this product line that are shapes that we're all pretty familiar with. And, this is 8.5 by 2 1/4. So it's really great for your one pot wonders, salads, pasta dishes. Some people use it, you can put it out on your counter to store some fruit. So I chose the sizes that, again, we're all familiar with and that can be used in and out of your dishwasher. So let me show you one more size bowl. I go small bowl, medium bowl, large bowl. This is the small little dessert bowl, which, so many uses, dips, salsas, portion
Vanilla
control.
ice cream. Vanilla ice cream.
Vanilla ice cream. Yes, or honestly, this is seriously a vanilla ice cream bowl, the big one.
I said in the chat that pink is flying out the door if somebody doesn't take the pink, they're free.
I know.
But we have like just a minute, and I have to know, because I think I see them in the background, and I think I have alternative uses. But is your soap dispensers finished?
Soap dispensers. I'm going to show you the mango soap dispenser. So this is a new one that I've been making, just because I just wanted to see what would happen out in the world with this tall form. I love it. imagine this by your sink. Karla might share her ideas for it too, but I'll add that these pumps they can pump through lotion or shampoo or conditioner. Karla's big idea for the shower, which would be super fun, especially if anybody has black granite or any granite countertops. The pottery looks fantastic on those.
And I will explain the shampoo and conditioner thing a little more to understand. You've never probably looked at how ugly shampoo and conditioner bottles are. Like your whole bathroom could be zen and gorgeous, and then those bottles will ruin everything. So get yourself a good set of something that you transfer it into, and then when you take your shower, I promise, like, it'll be a better shower.
That's right. It really does. I hear that again and again, and I love hearing it completely unprompted, of course. My food tastes better. It's the color. It's the color and the dots and the spirals, and it somehow strikes most people in an uplifting way. So
everything is better with your Chi Pottery. So there we go.
Yeah, get the sushi from
Vermont. Did not pay me, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I really think you're extraordinary, Sue. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
and
Karla.
We are going to pass it on to the coolest, hottest woman around, Kathleen, in 100 and whatever degree heat.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kathleen Lamberti. I'm coming to you from LA. I'm melting, but I am a metalsmith, and I have been working I started my business in '98. When I started, I was working strictly in metal, and I used to do like a lot of linkage. So this is a sample of one of the first kind of experiments with linkage I did. These are really just two X's that are kept together with a circle. And it has nice movement. But over the years, my vision of jewelry has shifted, and I wanted to add color. And so I started to experiment incorporating fabric. This piece is silk that's been treated, and sterling silver that's been oxidized, and peridot, and it just clips around the neck, and you wear it like that. People were kind of questioning whether this was durable, and because of that, I started to I wanted to still work with the soft and the hard, but I was wondering what I could do to make it more substantial. And I started to then incorporate leather. This piece, I was looking at Issey Miyake clothing, and he's known for folding, 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 and creating texture out of folding his clothes. And so I started to incorporate leather. It's a little more substantial, but this piece doesn't have a lot of color, but I've done it in red and orange, and it really kind of works again with that soft and hard combination. I always am kind of shifting what I'm doing because my work, I love to experiment with new materials. And so I'm always kind of pushing the experimentation of new materials. And I started to incorporate things that I found. So this is just a smaller pendant. It's a beach stone, beach glass, and an aquamarine. And I just find the things that I pick up off the ground as beautiful as the fine gems. And to me, they have the same value. I started to also incorporate driftwood. My kids and I walk through the woods, go to the beach all the time. I'm fascinated with mushrooms and lichen and textures. And so this piece is inspired by that. It's a piece of wood, and I've put carnelian at the top and enamels at the bottom. And it just kind of very whimsical, this piece just clips on and goes. And so I'm really starting to continue with that exploration of growth and decay. And now my most recent pieces are incorporating enamel. So this piece is enameled, and it has been kind of scratched away some of the enamel, and it is oxidized sterling silver. I then pressed Fimo through it, or clay. It's like a plastic clay. And so to really get that, the pattern is based on the side section of a tree trunk that had splintered, and mushrooms were growing out of all those splintery sections. And so I kind of continued with that idea of growth and experimenting with materials and see what they do. And let's grab another one. This one is also, it's oxidized sterling silver. And I've taken the precious metal clay and pressed it through there. These pieces you won't be able to find on my website yet. They're brand new. It's completely new process to me.
Kathleen, can somebody contact you for that though?
Yes, they can set up a Zoom with me. I'm willing to try something on in front of them. And I do, if they say, you know, I like this, but can you do this to it? I do a lot of custom work as well. I love working with the customers. So,
I
yeah.
love the way your work to me has such a cohesive vibe. I could tell it's yours, but you're working with such a great variety of materials, and you take alternative materials and you turn them into something very, very special. And I love that. Have you done anything with stones? Is that in your wheelhouse?
Yes. You know, my most popular pieces are these leather and pearl pieces. This is just a sample of a small earring I did. I've done the 16 pearl necklace with pearls at the end, which is just sells quite a bit. And now I'm just kind of
excuse me for being ignorant. I'm fascinated by jewelry, but I don't know enough. Are pearls considered a stone?
Well, they're considered, yes, in the gem world. Yeah. So yes, I'm working, and then I'm starting to work with more stones. And so I'm creating a whole new line based on these little agates that have like ferns stuck inside them when they've grown. So that'll be the next exploration of material.
I just love how, like, when you hang out with somebody who's a lifelong learner and who's constantly evolving, you learn things as you talk to them, which is really great. Just time for half a question, kind of. Will you work? You did say you would work with the Zoom. You're happy to do that with people over anything?
Yes, I work with Zoom because there is a lot of my pieces. You got to put it on. So you got to see it on. A lot of the images on my website are photographed on a body. So you get a concept of how things hang. But yes, I will do Zoom and love to meet with you.
I want one. That's terrific. And thank you so much. And we are going to move on to our sixth artist of the evening. My friend who I went to sleepaway camp with her husband, Amy Kanarek.
Hi, everybody. I'm Amy Kanarek. Thanks for that introduction, Karla. Yeah, so I make jewelry out of tiny glass beads that I weave together one into the other to create shapes and bezels for stones. So it's very, very intense work, but I love it. When I get into weaving a piece, it becomes very zen and focused, and yeah. So I wanted to start today by showing this piece that I'm wearing. It's a labradorite, And earlier, I was wearing it on this beaded rope that I created. And I thought, you know what? I just wanted to show that, it's a really strong statement piece on the rope, but it can also be worn as a lighter piece on a 14 karat gold filled chain, which is what I've done here. And because I'm thinking about summer, and I like to keep it really light in the summer. So I've doubled this chain so that I can also elongate it. And I love to wear, I'm all about elongating, if you catch my drift on that one. So there we go. So I love this piece as well on a longer chain, on a t-shirt or a loose fitting summer top. So there's that. And so on this theme of summer, I wanted to show you my stackable bracelets and just some of my customer favorites. So this is my stack that actually I've been wearing. I wore it all the time last summer. And just to give you a sense of how the beads hold up to abuse, I swim in a chlorinated pool, and I think these bracelets still look great. So they really do. They take a lot of abuse and end up looking great. So I'm pleased about that. I did that little test. Here, I just want to give you an idea of the array of colors and choices and textures that can be created in a simple bracelet. So and here's another stack in a completely different colorway. So you can see there are different textures and designs and colors all brought together in this stack. Very different from my summer one, but I love this one equally. So the possibilities are limitless. And one of the things that's really fun for me is working with my customers and helping them choose the colors and one of the things I do is have people tell me, I want a stack in blues or in light blues or dark blues or blues and teals, whatever it is. And then I put it together either for them or with them. So I do love working with my customers on those kinds of custom ideas. I also wanted to show you some really easy, fun pieces I'm finding, that my customers are loving. These some of my daintier earrings for summer, and really some of these colors are all year round. So I create these shapes that I think are a lot of fun. And my stone pieces are one of a kind. So this one is a rather dainty turquoise piece that I created this little border just because I felt that it wanted it. Whereas this one, I kept it real straight, real clean lines. I just felt this one wanted that little slightly more ornate touch. And I love this piece for summer.
I adore how you actually, like, people communicate with their plants, you communicate with your stones, and they do have an energy and a life, right?
We do. I'm so excited about my stones. I can't even tell you.
This gorgeous melodic, because you used to be a cantor, and I know that. So you have this gorgeous melodic speaking voice. And I just have this picture of you in your studio talking very sing-songy and gently to your stones. That's making me very happy.
Yeah, we'll have little conversations.
Is your work heavy? While you're showing us, can you tell us if it's heavy to wear?
Oh, it's not. It's very lightweight. I mean, this piece, it's a substantial size stone, but it's very, very comfortable to wear. And my pieces that are all beads, I mean, these little earrings weigh nothing. Even a stronger beaded earring is super, super lightweight. And these are a lot of bang for your buck in terms of the size.
And sparkle, right? They look like they have sparkle.
They do. They do. I love these, especially for some. I mean, I wear them all year round, but in the summer, I don't like to wear a whole lot. So I feel like just putting these on really makes me feel like I'm dressed and ready to go with a very casual outfit. And I actually made a, where is it? Oh, here it is. I made a little pendant in the same design with a crystal at the bottom. This is also super lightweight. And I did it long again.
Can we see what it folds? Oh, look at that.
Isn't that fun? I think
when they're long and stacked like that, it almost has like a boho cool vibe. Like I could see it over a long summer dress or something. That's really nice. Now, if somebody wanted a specific length, a specific stone, and I know you work with people, what's the best way for them to contact you for a commission or to just even discuss a chain length?
Yeah, the best way to get me, honestly, is a phone call. I'm happy to put my number in the chat. But you can also email me through my website. You can DM me on Instagram. But I actually hate to send an order without talking to the person because, there are so many choices. I can do a magnetic clasp or, I just like to confirm. And almost all my pieces are custom made when I get the order. So you might as well chat with me and get what you want.
And you might as well chat with the artisan because you're not going to a big box store. You're going to an artist, and that's so important. Amy, thank you so much. You know I love you to pieces. And we are going to move on to our 7th. This has gone fast. And wait till you hear our next presenter. She's only been on our party a couple of times, and she is exceptional. So let's move it on to Takara.
Hi, guys. How are ya? I am Takara from Takara Designs in Chicago, Illinois. And I'm just so happy to be here and to be able to discuss a few of my new collections that I have. The first one is called the Blossom Collection. And I brought that one back because I was unpacking like old boxes, just sort of clearing things out. And I came across this collection that I did 30 years ago, really. I'm in my 60s now. So I thought, wow, maybe this is an omen. Maybe this is something that I should sort of bring back. And so this here is the collection here. What it is lucite. What I did was, this one is not the lucite one. This one is the hot press paper. It is hot pressed and it's in layers. Like, for example, you could see that this butterfly is a double layer here on this earring. Sorry about that. So they it's an open design here. It's so delicious. It's a really nice size. It's pretty beefy. And it's a nice size earring too. I wear large earrings because I'm bald, of course, but a lot of the good things about my pieces is that you can Zoom call me and say, okay, I love this piece, Takara. Can you bring it down a little? And we can talk about that. Some other pieces that are part of the Blossom collection is this here, which is called the Lily Pods. Now, this piece here, I've layered it with lucite. And it's just so super light, very delicious. And it's just a great evening. You can put on just you going out. Look at that. It's just a perfect earring. And I love that one. That one's great. And now we go into the gold leafing. So what I do is gold leaf the pieces along with the lucite. It's all layered. You can see the 2 different layers here. I'll show you. Because it's such a neat process. I just did this last week. So on the hot press gold leaf hand painted papers is also a layer of lucite to sort of bring it up a different level. It's just quite lovely. And you can also get your metals in gold, gold color, or you can have the, gold or surgical steel. And this one is called the yoke. That particular shape, it also comes in the pink colors as well. I love that one. Another collection, oh yeah, and by the way, I didn't do this last time, but I'm also doing like these wonderful necklaces, and I'm just getting started on that. The necklaces are not on the website yet, but on my website, this collection is under Blossom, the Blossom collection. Another collection that I'm in love with right now is called Ink. And what this is 2 layers of lucite, but I paint on the clear layer on the reverse side. And so it's called a reversible pattern. And I do it in a multiple colors. It's just really outstanding. This is really fun to wear. And I also layer it with a white back here, because the white, as you can see, it's still pretty powerful without the white background, but there's something about the white background that just really brings depth to it. And I love that part. It also comes in the turquoise family. This is the wonderful green and turquoise. That one's pretty awesome. This is one of my favorite shapes. I kind of call it the pocketbook. That one's a really neat one. Another collection that I really love is called Azure. And all of these collections are now online, but look at that color. It is so delicious. I could just see myself wearing like an oversized white shirt, collar pop with these wonderful Azure top earrings right here. And this is all from lucite. I designed all the pieces. My grandfather was an architect, so I was kind of, this one's called Adobe. So I'm kind of influenced from like him a little bit, just kind of getting a feel of that. He was an architect in New York. And this one is called the Fin. I love the Fin. That one's pretty cool. And so if you look online, you'll see that there's these different collections that I have. I love Azure. The ink collection is just growing every day. I'm experimenting with different colors and textures and really working with a lot of organic shapes. For me, I feel good, like for example, the lily pad. It's just such an organic shape. I was at a lake and I just saw these wonderful lilies. They were just so beautiful. Another great piece that I have right here is my felt collection. And what this is called Tea Leaves. And if you have a solid color t-shirt, this comes with magnets and you literally attach it to your tea. And so what you're doing is wearing this incredible statement piece here, and it doesn't really feel like you're wearing anything. It's laser cut. I designed this all, and it's laser cut by felt. And so this is part of my FLT collection, and this comes in a multitude of colors. I would say right now it's online under Tea Leaves, and it also is available with a silver chain if you don't want to use the magnification. And speaking of my FLT collection, the felt collection, these are felt as well. I'm working, this is a new process. I love like being in my studio because sometimes things happen and I take my time, but I started doing this just a few days ago. And what it is, it's organic shapes that I'm working with right now. And they are layered with lucite on both sides. It's super light. I can't, sometimes I touch my ear to see if I'm even wearing anything. And from this, I'm going to start working with necklaces, pendants, brooches. This is also an organic orb right here as well. As you can see, it's also layered with, let me get a little closer. You can see that the felt is layered in the lucite. And they're just still so deliciously comfortable. I'm starting
your work
to work
really is like, your work is totally delicious. We have like 40 seconds, but you're showing us
Okay.
the new stuff. What prompted you to go back to your paper collection after 20
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, yeah, I did the paper collection like 30 something years ago. I was actually cleaning and packing and unpacking and getting rid of things. And I came across the collection in a chest that I had. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot I used to do this. And people had been asking me to bring it back, but I didn't want to bring it back as it was. I wanted to update it a little bit. So it took me a little time to try to figure out how to bring it back. And now people are just so excited to buy the Blossom collection. So this is just the beginning. I'm starting out with the summer palette, and it's going to go into strong colors as the weather changes. Each season will have a different coloration.
Takara, we're going to follow you right through the seasons. You're going to get us through here. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
So delighted to have
Thank
you.
you.
And it's my time to thank all the artists for their presentation. I am an artist myself, but I am wowed and bowled over by all your talent and how extraordinary you share and are open with us, and you tell us your secrets, and you tell us, you know, what you're thinking, and there's no holding back, and there's no shyness. And that's what I love about this platform, because we've really gotten to know you, and I want to thank you for letting us in. And I also want to thank everybody who came here tonight to listen to these artists with us and who support the arts and Art Party Central. We are grateful from the bottom of our hearts. You are why these artists create in the first place. So keep on coming to Art Party, keep on following us, read the email, campaigns that we send out that we put so much thought and heart into, and like us on our social media. And without further ado, I get to hand this over to Nora for the fun part. We're going to announce the raffle winners, but I will tell you before Nora takes over, while she's starting to talk to you, how about unmuting so you can help us cheer for all the winners? We would love that.
Yes, please do. Please do. Don't leave me hanging up here. Hi, I'm Nora Swan. I make hats up here in Vermont. And I have the winners list for you this evening. And I'm going to remember it a second time. Put your email in the chat if you are a winner, and that way I can find you and send you your gift certificate. All right. So number 1 for Ecologic, we have Kate Duffy.
Congratulations, Kate.
We have a happy Kate.
And let's see, number 2 for Ellen Cohen Designs is Susan Schwartzwald. Congratulations.
Yay, lucky Susan.
And number 3 for Laura Jaklitsch Jewelry is Eileen Jacobs.
Hey.
And for Chi Pottery, we have Eleanor Love.
Yay,
Eleanor.
Thank you. You're welcome. And for Lamberti Designs, we have Dion Rowan.
Congratulations, Kate.
And for Amy Kanarek Designs, we have Rhonda Howard.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Hey, Rhonda.
Ooh.
And for Takara Designs, we have Ro Bleiweiss. I hope I pronounced my wife.
Congratulations to all our winners. We are so happy for you and jealous. And because we want everyone here to feel like they are leaving a winner, you're going to get a 10% off code right now for all 7 of the artists' websites, as well as my amazing co-host website. And you want one of her hats at swanandstone.com, and as well as my website. And I think you want some of my stuff too at karlagudeon.com. So that is 9 websites where you can shop right after the party or right now. And the code for this week, good through June 23rd, is Art Art6Party17, Art6Party17. That will be in the chat, but it'll also be in the email that you're going to get that has all those links to all those websites. All you have to do is do a little clicky do, and you're right in there in everyone's sites doing your shopping. Easy peasy. So you're going to get that follow-up email, and then we're also just going to ask you to come back again for our party next Saturday, which is Joyce Denver Metal Arts, and I believe that's the 26th. Not this Saturday, the following one. So it's Joyce Denver Metal Arts, Laura Burkett Designs, Karla Gudeon Art and Design, so you have to come, Jennifer Lippman Bruno Design, It's by Jan, and a new exhibitor to Art Party Central, Mimi Kirshner, with the most amazing sculptural dolls you'll ever see. So RSVP at artpartycentral.org, and keep coming back. At this time, I want to say thank you to Art Party Central co-founder and my friend and my co-host, Nora Swan. We are the dream team. Thank you, Nora, for
My
making sure
pleasure.
everything runs smoothly and keeping me in check. I swear to you, I have the easier job. I swear to you, it's a much harder job there. And so I can speak for everybody again by saying thank you. And I'm going to be quiet. You're going to unmute and you're going to ask any lingering questions you have. And if you have to go, we understand. But if you want to stay, this is the time. Any questions? Nora, you want to let me know?
I don't have a question, but I just wanted to thank you for this afternoon. I really had a nice time. Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah. You're welcome.
Coming.
Now you just made us all happy. So thank you.
we're glad you came.
Yeah.
Anybody else with a lingering question?
No
Nora, do you have-
questions. This is Rhonda Howard. No questions, but I wish I was creative like you ladies. I'm kind of jealous. I just want to be able to, feel the art and be creative like you ladies one day. I'm gonna work on that.
You work on that, because I bet you have a creative side in you somewhere. And I think all of us creatives can tell you it
Yeah.
is a beautiful way to live your life. It's a wonderful thing to do.
Thank
But
you. And I
look at
love
the
your-
connection too you have. You chimed in with just a beautiful way to connect with us. So right there is the bridge.
All right.
You can connect with us and it'll come back to you in some way.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Ladies are beautiful. And you know what? Actually, I'm from Chicago and I shop at Takara's.
Excellent.
Yay!
Yeah, but I actually live in Florida now. So whatever, I follow Takara everywhere.
Yay!
Wonderful.
That's right. Now you
Thank
get to
you so
follow
much.
her virtually. Yay.
Right, right,
We bring our
right,
long distance people back in this way, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I'm gonna put the word out. I'm gonna have a lot of my friends, try to chime into the next party.
Oh,
That
super.
Nice.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm counting on that, Rhonda, because I'm exhibiting. So
Hey,
we're going to
maybe,
be new old friends, new old
maybe I'll
friends.
get
very
everybody
quickly.
around, get everybody in one room and everybody on their, on their phones or computers and just, we'll have a party right here while we're having a party with you guys.
Great idea.
That is excellent.
Yeah.
We have never ended with the dance, but I think that might be the night to end with the dance party.
Right, right.
Oh, and thank you, Eleanor, for your beautiful comment as well. Much appreciated in the chat. Everyone does amazing work, absolutely amazing. I may not be able to create the beauty you all do, but I am appreciative that I can love the beauty you create. Good night, ladies. Isn't that lovely?
Oh, thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Yes. And isn't there a happy birthday we need to remember today?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Happy 91st birthday.
Oh, my
Happy
Ellen's
birthday.
dad, happy birthday.
Yay, Ellen.
Birthday.
So a couple of quick questions and we're going to fly through because it is getting late. Kathleen, what is the perfect gift from Ekologic?
Oh my goodness. There's so many to choose from. And when you can't choose, you call for the gift certificate. So I'm happy to help set this up for any value, whether you want to give somebody a hat, it can be the value of a hat or a mitten or a sweater. We'll help you figure it out. And if you just want to help somebody towards their wish list, it can be whatever amount that you want. And another nice thing to remember that if you do choose something, let's say you say, oh my gosh, I know exactly who that pink sweater should go to. If the person on the other end says, oh, I love it, but it's the wrong size, I will swap it out. So the giftee actually gets a really beautiful handmade object to their size, to their liking. So let them take a stab at it, send them what you want, and then we'll make it right.
Thanks so much, Kathleen. That was a great speed answer to a speed question, but yes, filled with information. I love it. I really want to bring it back to Sue for a second.
Yeah.
Anything else you've been working on lately that you want to share a sneak peek of?
I'd like to show you some really sweet bowls. I've got them in almost all of the colors. I've got a few that I get to paint, but these are wonderful summertime bowls that are they're about 10 inches wide and about almost 5 inches tall. This one is yellow with green, and I've got them in all the colors.
You know how I have ideas for you for your products?
Yes.
That yellowy green one, I think that's just the right size for me to mix a margarita for one in and the color.
And then with a little spout, you can go, yeah, la, 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 la. You got it. Keep those ideas coming, Karla. And we'll have a party. I want to come on the party when Rhonda's coming.
I want the bowl with the spout.
Yeah. There you go. Oh, I just wanted to say too, and add in really quickly that Zooming is also a part of what I do on my website, as well as having gift cards, which are becoming much easier for artists to plug into their websites. Well, anyway, I've got them on my website as well. So gifting and exchanging, there's a lot of items that that you can purchase through the gift cards, and then through Zoom meetings, so I can help you pick the colors that you're interested in, because there are only like 10. It's a lot.
But I like the idea of mixing your colors. I think they all coordinate so beautifully. I loved it. I'd love it if I were you and one of the customers came in for a whole bunch of colors.
Yeah, it's so fun.
So
And
I'm
then
going
when
to
you
be
live
quiet
with
again
it
for a
so long.
second in case somebody else has a question besides me. All right, then I'm going to keep going.
I have a question.
Oh, good. Go for it.
I just want to know, are the gift certificates sent in our email that we posted?
Yes.
That's
Okay.
where it'll be. Yep.
So we need to look for it there. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And
Good question.
Laura, quickly, Laura, how'd you come up with your process? Because I've never seen anything like it.
Well, so I mentioned that I was trained traditionally as a jeweler, but while I was in school, I took a class for alternative materials. And we had to experiment with materials and actually pick ones that we didn't like. And at the time, I didn't like working with wood because I just, I was so used to the metal and the way it moved. But I really come to love the wood and all the kind of natural figuring and how beautifully it shines up, and being able to kind of combine this natural material with man-made resin and bring a little color into the work.
Thanks so much. I love that you shared that. And back to Ellen for a sec.
Now that Dad went away.
It's
It's not his birthday.
He's
It's not
okay.
his birthday. He was just really wanting to talk to me, I guess.
Other than having a beautiful family relationship, where else are you inspired from? You showed us some in your pictures at the beginning, but I'd love to hear a little more about where you draw your inspiration from.
So I live right outside of New York City, and I spend a bunch of time in Maine, which really fuels my soul. And I think it's a combination of the grit and the geometric of the city, which kind of brings in my first life as a graphic designer, and nature and the patterns and the textures found in nature. So it's a little bit of everywhere. I walk the dog, I go on the beach, and my husband loses me because I'm picking up stones, and I have a whole collection of found objects that I'm really excited to get started working with. So everywhere, just inspirations everywhere.
Thank you so much. All right, then I am going to bring it to Amy. Amy, do you have a favorite of all your pieces?
Oh my gosh, I have about 20 million favorites. But I'm going to show this one because I just feel this piece is so elegant.
Oh, look at that. And talk about sparkle. Holy
Wow.
And I do this in, like most of my designs, I do it in so many different colors that I just want to show you how it lays and how it looks on. It's meant to sit right on the collarbone.
It's beautiful.
I just love this piece. Yeah, thank you. It's glass beads and
Thank you for sharing that gorgeousness with us. I mean, really, that's incredible. And let me ask Kathleen, how has your work evolved over the years? I mean, obviously, from what we were talking about, you learn constantly and you're constantly looking for new sources, but tell us more a little bit about your arc from beginning to now.
You mean me, Kathleen, correct?
Yep.
Oh, which Kathleen? Sorry, wrong Kathleen.
Yeah, Kathleen Lamberti.
I'm so sorry.
I was a technical jeweler, and I really have my foot in both the fashion world and the art world. And I was people kept trying to push me to go one direction, but I don't really want to. So I'm just going to make what I want, what makes me feel happy, what I'm attracted to. And so it has evolved from like a mechanical to a much more organic feel over the years. And the exploration of material is always part of it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I have one last question, and it's for Takara, because that collar piece of the tea leaves is incredible. And I want to know how that idea came to you. What inspired it?
Well, initially, first of all, I am also a clothing designer. And sometimes when we're doing photo shoots, we need like really bold statement pieces. And that's how I designed this piece. We have a dress called the Amsterdam. And we were putting this back with the Amsterdam as a necklace. And then all of a sudden, I had a t-shirt on that day. I'm always wearing black tees. And I put it up and I thought, God, this would be so neat if I just would have magnets here and just call it tea leaves, And everyone in the room went, oh my God, great idea. And so that's how I was inspired to kind of come up with this tea leaf collection. It was pretty cool.
Thanks. And with that, unless there are other questions, we are going to say goodnight to all and thank you for coming. But I'll be
Good
quiet.
night.
Question.